Hey everyone, welcome to a Redeem Magic video. Today we are going to be doing our NFL Awards 2023 to 2024 NFL season. The NFC Championships, AFC Championships game just ended. The Super Bowl's Chiefs Niners, and I thought, it's about to be the NFL honors, so I'm going to be doing my own awards. It's a good time. So I did this last year too, so you can check out that video if you want. But we are going to do our awards just right now. So let's get into it. So our first award we're going to be doing is our Offensive Rookie of the Year award. And here are the nominees for it. So first nominee is C.J. Stroud. Second nominee is Sam Laporta. And the third nominee is Puka Nacua. And the winner is Puka Nacua. And you're probably thinking, like, it should be C.J. Stroud. Why are you thinking Puka Nacua? Well, I'm saying it's Puka Nacua because he literally broke two of the receiving records. He broke the receptions record for a rookie and a receiving yards record for a rookie. So he broke two of those records. C.J. Stroud was amazing, though. He was on my fantasy team. He did such great this year, but I feel like Puka Nacua had a better season than him. So, next we're going to be doing Defensive Rookie of the Year. And here are the nominees. We got Will Anderson. We got Jalen Carter. And we have Devin Witherspoon. And the winner is Jalen Carter. And I'm picking Jalen Carter because he had a lot of sacks this year. He did really good with the Eagles. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. I mean, Will Anderson and Devin Witherspoon did pretty good too, but I'm going to give it to Jalen Carter. All right, so next up, we have Comeback Player of the Year. And here are the nominees for it. Okay, so the first nominee is Baker Mayfield for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Joe Flacco for the Cleveland Browns, and Matthew Stafford for the Rams. And the winner is Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco did really amazing. He came back to football, signed with the Browns because Deshaun Watson was out, and the two other QBs just weren't good. So he brought in Joe Flacco, and if you watch the Browns, like near the end of the season, you know that they did great with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was throwing dimes, and yeah, he was really good for them, but not in the playoffs. He really did bad in the playoffs, but he did really great for the Browns, and he really led them to the playoffs. So that's going to be it for Comeback Player of the Year. Next up, we have Offensive Player of the Year. You guys might get excited for this. All right. So our first nominee for Offensive Player of the Year is Tyreek Hill for the Miami Dolphins. Next nominee is Christian McCaffrey for the San Francisco 49ers. And the next nominee is CeeDee Lamb for the Dallas Cowboys. And the winner is Christian McCaffrey. And the reason why I chose Christian McCaffrey for this is that he had so many touchdowns this year, was such a great runner. He had so many good runs. And really, he was just a great player. I know, like, Tyreek Hill really had a great season. He could have hit 2,000 yards. I just think Christian McCaffrey had a lot more touchdowns. And he had just a really good season. CeeDee Lamb was also really good, too, with all those touchdowns. It could be any of those three, in my opinion. Next up, we have Defensive Player of the Year. And our first nominee for that is T.J. Watt for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then we have Myles Garrett for the Cleveland Browns. And we have DaRon Bland for the Dallas Cowboys once again. And the winner is Myles Garrett. And the reason why I chose Myles Garrett is because he had so many great plays, and he really just was a great playmaker. He got a lot of sacks. He caused a lot of big plays, and really helped out the Browns this year. And he's the best defensive player in the league, really, right now. TJ Watt was also really good. He always has great seasons. DaRon Bland had the 5 pick sixes, which I think it was 5, the most of all time by a player. But I just think Myles Garrett was the best defensive player this year. Next up, we have Coach of the Year. And here are the nominees for that. So, our first nominee is DeMeco Ryans for the Houston Texans. Next up, we have Dan Campbell for the Detroit Lions. And we have John Harbaugh for the Baltimore Ravens. And the winner for Coach of the Year is DeMeco Ryans. And the reason why I gave it to him is because he really did really great for the Texans. They really bounced back. They made the playoffs. They lost to the Ravens, unfortunately, but I feel like he can lead this team to some great success. Dan Campbell, John Harbaugh did really good this season too, but I feel like DeMeco Ryans, just as a new head coach, was really good and led the team to the playoffs. And that's why he's Coach of the Year. And this is a fun award, but next up we're doing Worst Player of the Year or just most disappointing. So our first nominee is Kadarius Toney. Our second nominee is Russell Wilson, going back-to-back for this award nominees. Next up, finally we have Darren Waller. And the winner is Kadarius Toney. And if you watch the Chiefs, you probably already know that the wide receivers are just terrible. Other than probably Rashee Rice, he's really good. But Kadarius Toney had so many bad drops this year. Go to the first game of the season, Chiefs Lions, you'll see how bad he did. He caught the pick 6, dropped a really big play, dropped the pass on a really big play. So that's why he is going to be the most disappointing player this year. And now it's time for the biggest award in football, Most Valuable Player, MVP. Here are the nominees. First nominee, Christian McCaffrey for the San Francisco 49ers. Next nominee is Lamar Jackson. And the final nominee for Most Valuable Player is Dak Prescott. And the winner for Most Valuable Player this year, the winner is Lamar Jackson for the Baltimore Ravens. And the reason why I'm giving it to him is because he really was just unstoppable on the run. I mean, he was insane. He had a lot of clutch plays. I know he did not do that well in the playoffs, but in the championship game. But other than that, he dominated all the teams like the Dolphins, the Texans, dominated the Niners. Yeah, they were just dominating. He was dominating. So many touchdowns, so many rushing touchdowns. It's just, he was a really great player. So I think that is going to be his second MVP of this year. And those are all the awards that in the NFL. Well, it's not all of them, but it's really the most important ones. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you want. I'd appreciate it if you gave a like. And yeah, I hope you're not mad. Hope you don't start a fight in the comments. That's going to be it for this video. And maybe I'll see you in the next video. So, goodbye.